Do you believe your imagination is a superpower? Just like every superhero, creative people have an origin story. Today, I'll share my story and then hopefully you can start discovering yours, if you haven't already. I've been drawing, writing, and being creative as far as I can remember. It started with crayons, colored pencils, ink pens, brushes, on any sheets of paper that I could find. I even used to use rocks to draw on sidewalks, probably sketching dinosaurs. Teachers would tell me I was creative. I just assumed everyone was. Fast forward through years of daydreaming, sketching in notebooks, passing notes in class, maybe not always paying attention in school. But in the late 1980s, I joined my high school computer club and got a real glimpse of the future. And by the early 1990s, I knew what I wanted to do. Drawing plus digital art. I was in love. I jumped into desktop publishing. I was curious about how to use these scanners and other tools that were becoming available. It was the early days of digital creativity. I began to publish my own work, and then I started helping others to publish their work, all digitally. Then, in 1999, I joined Adobe, and I ended up working on one of the most iconic creative tools in the world, Adobe Photoshop. I believed I arrived here because of fearless curiosity. My desire to create or even reproduce what I saw from other artists just to learn a new technique. I just tried everything and tried to just absorb all those things that I was learning and using. Even with failures, I learned something. So perhaps this is where your journey begins as well. Fearless curiosity. Don't be afraid. Let's talk about it. The urge to create something can be powerful. It could be something you saw, or maybe even something you heard, like a song. They can all inspire you to want to create. In comics, an origin story is how a hero gets their powers. Bitten by a radioactive spider, built a suit in a cave, swore to protect after a big moment of change. But creative people have origin stories too. Have you found yourself doodling or sketching during a class? Maybe you love Legos and design your own robots or worlds. Maybe you wrote a story or edited a video just for fun and realized something clicked. Now your origin story is more than how you started. It's why you create. It's even how you got there. Could be encouragement from parents, teachers, friends, or even a single YouTube channel. Hey now. And this creativity is also what keeps you going. So how do you discover your creative powers? Well, it might be hiding. Some of us are visual thinkers, some are world builders, some of us like to tell stories or even solve problems. We can remix ideas or invent new ones from scratch. Your powers might not look like everyone else's, and being unique is an advantage. So what might be your powers? What's your creative fuel? What do you love making and why? And before you say it, I am not creative. I believe creativity stirs within everyone. It may not be easy, but anyone can learn creativity. Just like when you were young and you build some Legos. But I believe so much in that idea, I wrote a book on the subject a few years ago. How to Master Your Creativity, right here. Let's think about the Lego analogy one more time. If the Lego bricks in our mind are of only one shape, size, and color, we can certainly build things, but there's a limit to how imaginative and interesting they might be. And as your curiosity gathers more information and connects the dots from the world around you, the richer and more diverse those blocks become in your own mental library. Or as Dr. Strange might say, his mind palace. Or was that Sherlock? Next is what I call the Creative Spark Challenge. This week's Creative Spark is all about you, your origin. Write or draw your own origin story, make it a comic, a timeline, or just a journal page. Even if you're just sketching a character profile, it can be anything. Where did it begin? What inspired you? What creative powers are you discovering? And what's your mission as a maker? If you feel like sharing, hey, send it my way. I'd love to see what you're up to. Thanks for watching.